living far away from family. There's something tugging at your heart when you are a long distance away from your loved ones. It doesn't have to be your family, because sometimes in life we don't speak to our family, but your loved ones. And I would say definitely too, when you buy a piece of property away, thousands of miles away from your family, it's like a finality. You know, I struggle with that as I think about buying a property in Florida. My mother lives in New Jersey, really the only family that I talk to on a regular basis. And there's always something that pulls at me that my mom is a long distance away. Even though I see her once a year, and even though I talk to her daily on video conferencing, there's something that tugs at you. And you know, when you buy property far away from your family, it's like a permanent ending, a permanent separation. I often think about that, and I have empathy for those who migrate to America or migrate to another part of the world, and their parents are somewhere else in the world. That's got to be extremely hard emotionally. So this is a tough dynamic. I know a lot of empty nesters struggle with this. Especially in Florida, you see that the older grandparents will come to Florida, they'll buy a house, then they'll miss their grandchildren and either sell the house they bought in Florida, or they will not spend too much time in Florida. Why? Because logistically, there's just something that pulls at you to be close to family. In addition to that, there's something that pulls at you to be around the area you grew up, even if you may not like it 100%. There's a lot to be said when you spend most of your life in one area and you grow up there. And especially, again, if you have loved ones there, there's such a hard emotional separation that it always lingers. It never goes away. So whether you're an empty nester, whether you're a divorcee, whether you're a migrant, or whether you're a nomad, I mean, it doesn't matter. There's something there that you have to acknowledge psychologically and emotionally, that when you are logistically, physically thousands of miles away from loved ones, it tugs at you. And it makes it harder to make permanent decisions about rebuilding your life in a new area, because you feel like you're leaving people behind, or you feel like, you know, you miss them. And, you know, how do you deal with that? Well, how do you deal with anything in life? You know, you take it one step at a time, but it's not easy. Again, when you rent, or you're not too committed to your new area, you do feel in your mind freer to be, you know, like if you wanted to just get up and go see your, you know, loved ones or whatever, you could. You know, certainly though, there's the reality. I've done that. The reality is when you do that is it's nice initially, but what you realize is why you left. And you realize everyone needs their space, including your own mother and your own loved ones. So it's tough, you know. It's like we miss people when we're far away, and then if we get too close for too long, we also want our own life. What do they say? Like, absence makes the heart grow fonder. I would say that is definitely an accurate quote for the most part. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Meaning that when you're away from someone, it makes you have a greater memory, a fonder memory of being in their presence. And then there's another saying that familiarity breeds contentment. Or no, not contentment, but contentness, or contentment, or I'm not saying that right. But basically, familiarity, when you're all up on someone, when you're always close to them, it just brings a resentment. I'm not saying that right, but you guys know that famous quote. So, you know, I want to say that that's been my experience in life. I still think you need to go forward with your new life. I still think for your loved ones, whether they're your mother or your children, whatever, I think you should call them every day. I think you should visit them periodically. But I think that I know that you have to live your own life, because if you don't, you're going to be resentful. It's a balance that's not easy. There's no one answer. Again, that's why I do like a little bit of the nomad life. I don't feel too committed that if I wanted to, in a drop of a dime, I could just get up and go. Now, I did that during the pandemic. And one thing the pandemic taught us, in my opinion, is that it is good to spend time with loved ones, but too much time with loved ones. If everyone's all up on each other for a long period of time, it's too unhealthy. So you got to live your own life. That's what the lockdowns taught us in one sense, okay? I know there's a lot of other stuff about that, but let's just keep it very simple on this video. So hopefully this video helped. If it did, click that thumbs up. You want to support the channel, click that blue join button. Subscribe if you're not, leave a comment below. Watch my playlist on my YouTube channel, thousands of free videos. Keep showing up, keep showing up, keep showing up. If you fall, get back up, get back up, get back up. I know it's not easy, one day at a time, one step at a time. Even if you hate life, you're one day closer to death. Is that a negative statement? No, I mean, I kind of try to say that in a positive way where, you know, just keep pushing forward, you know. All right, guys, I'll see you next one. Peace.